Hello and welcome back to Planescape Torment with me, Bardon, the Nameless One, Mort, Dakon, and Shalandra. So we're going to say goodbye to Shalandra and head outside. So now,
I'm gone.
We could go to the... That guy actually run out of a portal to try and attack us. I think he's still running away from us, actually. That's what it looks like. Let's try and corner him over there and deal with him. Oh. Let's get our fight on. Here we go. No, he's run again. Okay, let's just leave him be then. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna give it a go, but the first thing I want to do is maybe to rest the party before we go there. Don't really want us getting our ass handed to us the way we have the last few times we've been there. So we'll give it a go. We'll give one go of maybe trying to fight our way through, and we'll give a go then of trying to just run past any problems. Okay, so let's rest the party. And let's get ourselves back outside. There's the door. Okay, so we're almost in tip-top shape. Hope it's nighttime. Nighttime is not good. Not for us at such low level, because there's just going to be more aggressive people. And we don't want that where we're going somewhere where we've got our ass kicked before. So let's rest again. Dakon could do with the rest anyway. Okay, and then get ourselves out.
I'm gone.
And then let's head over here. Yeah, so this is going to be fun. We'll ignore him. Okay, so when we come,
all right.
Yeah, let's see how we do. So there's a ton of these guys.
Die.
Okay, one's dead.
I'm
Nice.
gone.
There's another one. And another one.
Damn. Die.
Okay, that wasn't too difficult. So I guess we've gotten a fair bit stronger. In the meantime, let's check this guy. Oh, some coppers. Yeah, we'll take the coppers. You keep all your other crap now. Yeah, we don't need any more bronze rings, I don't think. Not at the moment. Okay.
Yeah.
But you can see the Nameless One
In all things.
still didn't do too well. Okay, here's another guy. Let's deal with him. Okay, some more coppers. Thank you for that.
I shall serve.
Huh?
Done.
Okay, oh, more guys here. But they're only coming in small groups.
In enduring, grow strong. I shall
One guy's
serve.
sucked on the guy here. Okay, what happened there? Not sure. But he's dead.
You'll be a watch, Chief. Just look natural.
Okay, copper earring.
Casual.
Oh, more. Oh, there's a lot more now.
What?
No, get over here.
True. I hear your words.
You two guys sort it. We'll leave the Nameless One out of the
What is
fighting
done?
for a moment. Rusty dagger, no, thank you. Okay, we'll take the cloth charm. We'll take the coppers. And how about a couple more guys. Just to sort out. Let's start with you.
Damn it.
The rock sings true.
Okay, yeah, having that gone along is definitely making things easier. Now let's get everyone back together.
Done.
Okay, so Rotten William. Yeah, this guy looks like he's going to be slightly harder than the others to kill. No, but we still got him. And we got 100 coppers from him as well. So I guess you know, if we hadn't aggroed those guys from the very start, maybe we could have gotten maybe some type of missions or something from him. So we got Razor, Angel. Okay, so there's some kind of faction. Okay. Yeah, hopefully these guys don't turn nasty on us. So what we got? We got the Ruined Cathedral, the tent, building, and then tent. So we got to go back to where, hopefully he wasn't the person we were supposed to talk to. But it did say inside the cathedral. Ah, there we go. There's a way inside. Lucky they figured out the path into that, because I wouldn't. Okay, so we've got Aula. Okay, Aula, let's chat to you. Welcome to the Cathedral of Auskar. Have you come to worship Auskar with me? You can be his second disciple. I come seeking counsel concerning a box and a fiend. You explain to him your predicament. Aula seems to consider things for a moment and then speaks to you. I am a humble disciple to the great Auskar. Can indeed help you. First, you must relinquish the box to me. Let's give him the box. Aula places Morador's box within a wire pyramid-shaped structure and then mutters a prayer to Auskar. The familiar shimmering of a portal soon fills in the sides of the pyramid. Aula then casually reaches through the portal and flips open Morador's box. You scream in an attempt to stop him, but are too late. Almost instantly, the box begins to disintegrate as a sickly smoke begins to fill the interior of the pyramid. A feeling of immense dread fills the room and is all you can do to keep yourself from bolting from the tent. You notice that as the tendrils of smoke touch the sides of the pyramid, they are drawn into the swirling vortex of the portal. As the last tendril of smoke disappears, the feeling of dread passes. Aula smiles a bit nervously at you. Witness the power of Auskar, the keeper of gateways. I'm sure a fiend of such power that has acquired so many spells to contain it will have no problem making its way back here. And when it does, it's going to be looking for you. I have taken that into consideration. You see, each side of the pyramid contains a portal to a different plane. In effect, I scattered its essence far and wide across the multiverse. Did you know there are races out there that consider demons a sort of delicacy? He begins to chuckle softly as he reaches into the pyramid and sifts through the ashes of the box, removing the gem that was attached to it. Payment for my services. I will use this to help rebuild my beautiful cathedral. Keep the gem, you have more than earned it. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Okay, so that's nice. We got rid of the creepy box now. Let's talk to him a bit more. Aula seems to have fallen into a deep trance. Every so often you hear him sing praises to Auskar. Okay, farewell. I guess you shouldn't have been so hasty to get rid of that box, but box with a fiend in it that's gonna kill you either like slowly over a long time, or if someone opens the box quickly. Neither of those kind of appeal to us, so that's kind of why.
Done.
Now, so it looks like we pretty much eliminated these guys. So I'm not going to deal with these other guys until it becomes clear that we need to do something with them, because there's a lot more of them than aware of the chaps, the Rotten Williams guys. Okay, so let's get ourselves out of this area. Oh, and we can deal with this guy.
All right.
And he gives us some copper. Thank you for that, guy. Okay, so the next thing then I want to do is to head around this way and check over here to see if I've talked to everyone of interest.
I'm gone.
Okay. I think this was a pretty small area, wasn't it? So we probably have... Oh! There's someone up here though we need to talk to. Or he was up here. It's a collector. Where's he gone? There's Mar there. Here we go. Let's talk to Mar about the box. Mar's eyes take on a wild look as he sees you approaching. In a high screeching voice he asks, "What do you be doing back here? Don't come back till you deliver the box." I got rid of the box. It does me heart good to hear you say that. Before you kill me for the horrible deed of tricking ye into taking the box, please let me try to explain. I'm listening, explain yourself. The long and the short of it be that box has been around long as anyone can remembers. Chant as some folks were fighting when they was done, a huge demon was imprisoned inside the box. Other folks say an evil wizard made it just for seeing others suffer. No one rightly knows what the truth behind the box be, but the owner of the box will die soon should it be opened. Why didn't the owner put the box where no one could find it? Aye, seems it should have been as simple as that, but who among us could live with a death sentence lingering over their head? 'Twould drive any sane man over the edge, having to worry about the whereabouts of that damnable box at all times. Why me? First, I haven't seen ye around here before. You sees, I needed a clueless birk such as yourself to accept the box and become the new owner. Everyone around here knows not to take the box, not for any price. Secondly, if you didn't examine the box when you had it, you would have noticed that whatever magics were placed on it were weakening. With me being the current owner and all, you can see I needed to pass it on right quickly. Besides, if anyone looked ready to pass on to the next realm, it was ye. You want to talk about passing on to the next realm? Keep talking, or you'll find out about it. Obviously, I picked a cutter of no small means. Surely this has been but a minor inconvenience to one such as ye. I offer this weapon and some jink to line your purse as a reward for your troubles. 'Tis all I own, and coincidentally, 'twas what that rat Coatra used to get me to take the possession of the box. Give me my reward and then leave me.
Updated my journal.
Okay, so we got some experience, and what did he give us? So he said he's going to give us a weapon. So we got axe. Is this it here? This huge axe is a double-bladed weapon, top of the spike, the edge are razor sharp. Is that what he actually gave us though? Well, it wasn't the iron spike, I don't think. That's useless. Battle axe, spawn charm. Maybe it was this hollow axe. Yeah, because that's where the box was, so it would have defaulted in there, yeah. Okay, so this huge axe is a double-bladed weapon, top of the spike. The edges are razor sharp, and the long handle allows the wielder to put considerable force into the swing. This axe is of a different alloy than normal steel. It's light and easy to swing. It causes the same amount of damage as an ordinary axe, but it strikes much more quickly. Okay, so that's 128 slashing, 3 speed, weight 5. Okay. So, if we get another fighter, maybe we can give them the axe. So we'll just hold on to it for now. Okay, now the next thing then I want to do is let's check our map. So that's going to take us to Ragpicker Square. Yeah, it's about time, I think, we went to Ragpicker Square. Let's pop in here. Okay, so here we are, Ragpicker Square. Got a collector there.
Right.
Another collector. Okay, just regular collectors. Oh, here's someone now. Marrow Friend. Okay, let's talk to Marrow Friend. There we go. Okay. You can smell the reek of dung and rotting meat on this man, even from afar. Though obviously weak and decrepit, his long, thin fingers and sunken eyes give him a sinister look as he scuttles through the garbage around him. The way he drools and rolls his eyes makes you wonder if he's mad. Greetings. He tries to focus on you, but his gaze wanders. His eyes are set deeply into hollow sockets, and his skin is terribly pale and diseased, covered with rashes and yellow patches that look ready to peel from his body at any moment. The stench emanating from him is terrible. As you open your mouth to speak, he licks his lips and swallows. Yo, deader. What did you say? Yo. He licks his lips again, and his long, spindly fingers pick at the skin as he stares at you. Yo, deader. He glances to his left, and then his eyes dart back to you. Dead. Hungry. He reaches out to touch you, licking his scabrous lips. Yeah, let's let him touch us. His fingers scrabble spider-like on your arm, as if looking for a piece to tear off. He licks his split lips again, as you watch yellowish drool drip from him. With a raspy moan, his fingers suddenly dig into the skin of your arm and pull off a bit. Okay, let's step back. You watch and feel your stomach churn as he takes the bit of flesh and shoves it into his mouth. He chews it slowly and swallows. You dead. No, I'm not dead. Your taste dead. He scratches himself beneath his robe, and you suddenly notice that he has a finger hanging from his neck on a cord. It looks like there is a ring on it. Still hungry. What do you usually eat? He makes a snuffling noise like a pig. Dead. What is that finger bone? He looks down, his plague-ridden features twisting into a ghastly, snaggle-toothed parody of a grin. Schnack. He looks ready to chew on it. Let's stop him. You grab his hand and he starts flailing against you. As he does, he bites a large chunk out of your arm, and you are forced to let him go, not because of the pain, but because you might snap him in two should you continue to wrestle. He chews on the chunk of your flesh for a moment, then looks back at the finger bone. Don't eat that, have a bite off me instead, I'm more flesh. He smiles and reaches for your outstretched hand. Give me the finger bone first, Marrow friend. He nods greedily and lets you take the finger. We're gonna let him bite us. It's weird, but we're gonna let him bite us. His teeth sink into your meat as your forearm and pull a chunk away with a single wrench of his neck. The pain is excruciating, but Marrow friend sits on his haunches as if nothing has happened, chewing noisily at the mouthful of meat he pulled away. Thanks. Farewell. That was weird. Very, very weird. Okay. Okay, so what else can we do here? Who else wants to eat some, we'll say? You're probably just a collector, yes. Yellow fingers and nod. Okay, so let's talk to Yellow fingers. This Weasley looking fellow is skulking about the garbage like a tattered shadow. Seeing you and Mort, he beckons to you. Sst, hey. The skull. Where you get the skull, hey? Me skull it is. Give it back to me. Mort turns to Hiver. Pike off! You're not getting this skull. Thief, you vulture! Scabby gull, stealing, picking at others' things, taking them. Give me the skull, mine, it's mine. This is not your skull. You calling me a liar, eh? Skull's mine, mine. He mumbles for a moment, eyes rolling and darting. Ye the thief, spitting lies, I'll gut ye. Touch me and you'll be regretting it the short few moments before you die. The man glances at you, eyes narrow, suddenly he attacks. Okay, let's meet his attack. I think we'll run and let the others deal with him. Yeah. Right, so he gave us some coppers. Bronze bracelet, we'll leave. Okay, so let's talk to Ratbone. So this is not the most friendly place, especially coming from the Hive, where like I thought coming here it would be a little more sedate, but I guess not. This man is whistling a cheerful tune and playing with a well-kept fighting knife. As you approach him, he stops whistling and gives you a curious look. What do you want? I had some questions. My name's Ratbone Cutter. I'm a thief for hire. In the employ of Sharegrave, the boss of the collectors you see round this square. He pays me mostly to learn his lads to be real quiet like, and how to fight if they runs into a spot of trouble. That's likely the only question I'll answer for you, Cutter. He sniffs and shrugs. Thief for hire, could you train me? Sure, for a spot of jink. Been training before? No, I haven't. That's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna cuff you now, so dodge it. He suddenly swings his open hand at you. Dodge the blow. You avoid Ratbone's blow. Not bad, Cutter. How about that spot of jink? 50 commons and I'll see you trained right up. Sounds good. Here. You knows you got to stop doing whatever you're doing now, right? You can't be a warrior or whatnot and a thief. Are you alright with that, Cutter? No, I'd best not. I'll take my copper back. Farewell, Ratbone. Yeah, I don't want him being a thief. I want him to be more of a magey type. So, but at least we know.
What's up, Chief?
Or at least I know for in the future, if I want to train as a thief, then that's who to talk to. Okay, so is this Nod? Yes, it is. As you approach the hooded brown-robed man, you notice that he's mumbling to himself, softly and occasionally nodding. Greetings. Someone comes to speak to Nod. Speak to Nod, aye. He suddenly breaks into a fit of hacking coughs, then nods to himself. What are you doing? Nothing, except looking for deaders, nothing else. He sniffs, then gives another hacking cough. He mumbles for a moment, then speaks again. Nothing else. Need the jink, jink, jink. Deaders? The man nods. Deaders. Can sell 'em to the dusties. You can sell the corpses. He starts nodding without really looking at you. Haul 'em to the black place, the mortuary. He tilts his head back and forth, then nods again. There, the dusties. They haggle and give jink. They takes the deaders in, they do. Aye. And Nod don't talks to him till the next body. He sniffs, wiping his nose with the back of his hand. Why did they pay for the corpses? He shrugs. No matter, no matter. He smiles and nods sagely. Jink for me, jink, jink. What is this place? He frowns and licks his lips. Ragpicker Square, the square. Trash everywhere, aye, everywhere. He coughs. What are you doing? Nothing, except looking for deaders, nothing else. I had some questions. He nods. What? He sniffs, then squints at you. Jink. He taps his head. He points at you, then points at his hand. You want to know something? Jink. Aye, jink, jink. Okay, let's hand him, let's throw him 5 coppers. Jink for Nod, jink, jink. He mumbles for a moment, hiding the copper coins away in the folds of his robe. Ask Nod, tries to answer, aye. He coughs for a bit, spitting something off to the side. Tell me about collectors. Me. He seems unsure for a moment, then nods assent. Me. Scoops up deaders, takes the dusties pay. Jink for dead. Dead to the right place. Dead happy. Dusties happy. Nod happy. Aye, but Nod's shiny jink. Okay. Do you know of a man named Farod? He looks frightened and starts to shake his head. Farod. He scratches his head. What? What about him? He frowns, then shakes his head, as if he is not sure he should be speaking to you. Do you know where I can find him? He shakes his head, then mumbles. He glances quickly at you, then begins to murmur again to himself. It sounds like he's uttering a prayer against evil. No, not here. In square. He frowns, as if unsure how to explain it. But not in the square. He shakes his head again, then coughs. I'm looking for a journal that I've lost. No. He shakes his head vigorously. No journal. He sniffs, wiping his nose with his sleeve. Tell me about collectors. That's all I wish to know. Farewell. He shakes his head, coughs, and resumes his nodding. You'd ask a Nod, aye? Nod's ask a ye. Questions for ye, aye? Go ahead, ask your question. Nod has a sister, aye? Amaris. Lives in the hive, always away from here, away from the square. So long ago, Nod was separated from his sister, taken away. You've been separated from her and you'd like me to find her?
Updated my journal.
You don't know her? He shakes his head sadly for a moment, chewing his lower lip. If you see her, if he does, tell her Nod, her brother, worries about her. Aye, he does, he worries. Why don't you go find her? No! Nod covers his head with his arms, mumbling to himself. Nod can't speak right no more, he can't. Nay. And he smells of corpses and the dirt of the square, Ragpicker Square. No! The outburst sends him into a fit of hacking coughs. What happened to you, Nod? Nod sniffs, looking at the ground quietly. Finally he begins nodding to himself, speaking softly. Nod was young, aye, he was, and started hearing voices telling Nod, do this, do that, bad things, bad, like chewing on Nod's fingers. He holds his hand to his face, and you can see old bite scars beneath the caked filth. Go on. So, Nod's parents takes him away, they does. Puts him in a dark place, a winged tower, where they pokes needles and hooks in Nod's head. Voices stop, aye, they do, but Nod can't think right, can't talk right. Nod escapes the place, he does, wakes up in the hive. Where is this winged tower? Dunno, bad place, bad. He shakes his head violently, clutching at his temples before resuming his usual nodding. Go on with your story. Nod wakes up. There's Collector's eye. Collector's poking at Nod, saying, look, not a deader. Deader he's not. Takes him back. Takes him, and they takes Nod back. They does. Back to the square. So, long years ago. Alright, I'll find your sister for you. Nod thanks you, he does. Nod thanks you. Amaris was pretty, so pretty. Lives in the hive now. Fair skin, she was. Hair like jet, and always in blue. She was always in blue. Farewell, Nod.
Updated my journal.
Okay, so we got ourselves another little quest there for Nod. And I think, looking at the time, it's probably a good place to end. So from myself, Nod, more, the nameless one, and Dakon, it's farewell for now, and we really do hope to see all of you next time. Goodbye!